how are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you've ever wondered why sellers perk up the moment they hear words cash, offer, you're not imagining it. Those two words have a huge impact on how competitive your offer looks and how confident a seller feels about accepting it. Today is all about breaking down why sellers prefer cash offers, what advantages cash buyers actually bring to the table, and how this affects both buyers and sellers in the real world. By the end, it'll make perfect sense why cash continues to win even when the price isn't the highest. Now, the first big reason sellers lean towards cash offers is simple. Financing uncertainty disappears. When a buyer doesn't need a lender, the seller doesn't have to worry about someone behind the scenes saying no at the last minute. No lender, no underwriting details, no surprise conditions being attached to the loan 3 days before closing. Sellers want predictability, and nothing feels more predictable than a buyer who can close without anyone else's approval, except maybe their spouse. Speed is another major advantage. Cash offers almost always close faster because there's no waiting around for the loan processing, no appraisal requirements for a lender, and far fewer steps in general. Sellers who are relocating, meaning they have to buy and sell at the same time, or managing that stressful move, especially out of state, love the idea of wrapping things up quickly so they can depend on everything falling in step. A cash buyer often means closing in a matter of weeks instead of a month or more than a month. Now, if you live in a bigger city, this could probably be done in days, but we are not in the city and everything is slower here, so it's probably still going to take weeks. Cash also reduces the risk of the deal falling apart. Now, with finance buyers, any change that comes to income, like if you get a pay cut, or if you sold or bought new assets, like maybe a car, has your employment changed, maybe you got laid off, or you changed employers, maybe you put something new on your credit, like you bought furniture for that new house. All of this can cause a lender to deny the loan even after the contract is signed and even with a pre-approval. Sellers know this can happen. Every single day, deals fall apart, unfortunately. A cash offer feels sturdier and much more likely to make it all the way to closing without any drama. So this reliability often outweighs that small difference, even if the price is less on a cash offer. So give me your take. If you have bought a home, did you buy it cash? Did you finance it? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll see how many cash and finance buyers are with us today. Appraisals become far less of an issue with cash. Many cash buyers don't need an appraisal. It's really about what they think the home is worth rather than what a bank says, since they're not getting a loan. So they can waive that, they can ask for it if they really want to make sure that they are getting a valuable purchase. That means sellers don't have to stress about a low appraisal coming in, which could possibly force renegotiations or just blowing up at the sale entirely because the buyer can't come up with more money than over the appraisal. So when the seller knows the price won't be second guessed by anyone else outside the buyer knowing that it's what they think it's worth, they can breathe a lot easier. And plus, if you think of cash buyers versus loan versus secondary market loans, that would be like a VA, FHA, rural development loans. Not only do those have appraisals, but they have additional appraisal requirements. For example, they would need like working heat and air, the roof can't leak, it has to be good for at least 5 years, there's no peeling paint, no broken windows, things like that. So knowing that they don't have to deal with an appraisal or possibly additional repairs when those have already been negotiated, that's a great way for the seller to feel some relief as well. Another reason sellers gravitate toward cash is the flexibility it creates in negotiations. Cash buyers often offer shorter inspection periods, fewer contingencies, and usually just a cleaner offer overall. There's not a lot of things going on in it. Real estate offer, however you want to call contract. They might accept the home as is and not even do an inspection because they're prepared to make repairs themselves, or they'll skip asking you, the seller, to make repairs. So for a seller who wants a simple, smooth process, that kind of offer is extremely appealing. Now, as a cash buyer, you very easily could have reserves set aside, emergency money, or just money set aside to make repairs to the property, so then you don't necessarily need to ask the seller to make it. They can handle it themselves. And again, with those less contingencies in the offer, it just makes it easier for a buyer and seller to close quicker. Cash sends a message. It signals seriousness, motivation, and ability to perform without hesitations. So sellers see these cash buyers as more committed and less likely to drag their feet or switch plans or nitpick all the inspection apart. So even when a financed offer is slightly offer, the lower stress and higher certainty of a cash offer is probably going to win out unless it's a drastically different price than a financed offer. Now, I would encourage sellers to still ask for earnest money when it comes to a cash offer, just to show that they have some skin in the game, but they can still walk away. They might be okay with letting that earnest money go. They might be okay with any other issue that they don't want to continue with the transaction. Just like anybody else, you don't have to close until you close. It is a promise when you sign that offer that you're going to follow through, but until it's in front of a judge, nobody can make that decision. I do want to point out, however, that cash buyers are not a slam dunk. Sellers should still request a proof of funds from a cash buyer. This is a letter from their financial institution that says that they have those funds available somewhere. This does not keep them from spending that money between providing you that letter and closing day, though. But it would have the buyer's name, how much money that they have available. It's not, you don't want their bank account information, their bank account number, and all of their money available. You just want to know that they have enough money to buy your house. Because we've had cash buyers who get all the way to closing day after the sellers have moved out, only to find out that they have no money and in fact have to pass off a fake cashier's check. So this is why I always say that it's not sold until the seller signs the deed, it's recorded, and the buyer's funds have been deposited and have cleared. When you put all these advantages together, speed, certainty, fewer contingencies, no lender involvement, it becomes obvious why so many sellers prefer cash. It's not always about the highest price, it's about the offer that feels like the safest bet, so therefore the better offer. If you're preparing to sell and want a clear step-by-step plan for what to expect, check out this video I have on a full guide to home selling next. It walks you through the process so you can move forward confidently and avoid the mistakes that cost sellers time and money. Thanks for watching and have a blessed day.